Chen gripped the steering wheel so hard her knuckles turned white. 20 years old, a half-eaten granola bar on the passenger seat, a college acceptance letter sitting on her kitchen counter back home. And here she was, pulling into the driveway of a man she had met exactly twice. Her mother's voice echoed in her head. "This family owes the Harrisons a debt we can never repay. You will do this, Maya, for us." She had cried for 3 weeks straight. Then she stopped crying, packed 2 suitcases, and drove 40 minutes across town to marry a stranger. Daniel Harrison opened the front door before she even knocked. He was tall, broad-shouldered, with gray threading through his dark hair at the temples and tired eyes that held something she didn't expect. Guilt, not arrogance, not entitlement, just plain heavy guilt. "You didn't have to come," he said quietly. "Yes," she replied, lifting her chin. "I did. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the idea that people can surprise you when you least expect it, hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel Kindness. We tell stories that remind you what humanity is really about. And drop a comment letting us know, where in the world are you watching from? We love hearing from every corner of the globe. The house was warm. That was the first thing Maya noticed. Not just temperature warm, but the kind of warm that tells you someone has tried. Throw blankets folded over the couch, a bowl of fresh fruit on the kitchen table, a small vase of yellow flowers near the window. Someone had made an effort. She doubted it was Daniel. Then she heard the footsteps. Small, fast, determined footsteps. A little girl appeared in the hallway doorway, maybe 5 years old, wearing mismatched socks, one striped, one with tiny dinosaurs, and holding a crayon drawing outstretched like a peace offering. "I made this for you," the girl announced. "Daddy said you were coming and I wanted you to have something so you didn't feel scared, because I get scared in new places too." Maya's throat tightened. She crouched down to the girl's level and took the drawing carefully. It showed 2 stick figures holding hands, one tall, one small, standing in front of a house with a bright yellow sun overhead. "That's me and Daddy," the girl explained seriously, then pointed to a third figure Maya hadn't noticed, slightly apart from the other 2. "And that's you. I drew you close but not too close because I didn't know if you liked hugs yet." Maya looked up at Daniel. He was watching his daughter with an expression so full of love it almost hurt to witness. "This is Lily," he said softly. "She's been talking about you for 2 weeks." Maya stood up slowly, the drawing still in her hands. "Hi, Lily." "Hi." Lily tilted her head. "Do you like pancakes? Daddy makes them on Saturdays. He burns them a little, but they still taste good. I think burned pancakes are actually better, despite everything, the resentment, the fear, the suffocating feeling of having her future handed over like a package." Maya laughed, a real one. It surprised her. The first week was awkward in the way that only forced proximity can be. Maya had her own room, her own bathroom, complete privacy. Daniel never lingered. He left coffee made in the mornings and was gone before she came downstairs. He left notes, not romantic, nothing like that, just practical things written on small yellow sticky notes. "The hot water takes a minute on the 2nd floor. The neighbor's dog barks at 7 but stops. If you need anything from the store, the list is on the fridge. Small gestures, quiet ones." She had prepared herself for a man who felt he was owed something. What she found instead was a man who seemed to feel he owed her everything. On the 9th day, she came home from her part-time job at the library to find Lily sitting at the kitchen table crying silently over a math worksheet, and Daniel kneeling beside her, patiently explaining fractions for what was clearly not the first time, his voice never once rising, never showing frustration. He glanced up when Maya walked in. "Rough day?" he asked. "Long one," she admitted, dropping her bag by the door. "There's soup on the stove. Made too much. You should eat." She sat across from Lily at the table and pulled the worksheet toward her. "Can I try?" she asked the little girl. Lily sniffled and nodded. Maya reached into her bag, pulled out a colored pen and started drawing little pizza slices to explain fractions visually. Within 10 minutes, Lily was giggling. Daniel stood back against the counter, watching. He didn't say anything, but later that night, Maya found a sticky note on her bedroom door. "Thank you. That meant more than you know." Weeks passed, then a month. Maya started to see the shape of Daniel's life more clearly, and what she saw dismantled every assumption she'd carried through the door. He worked long hours as a contractor, taking every job he could to keep the house, to keep Lily in her school, to keep the lights on. His wife, Lily's mother, had left 3 years earlier. No warning, no explanation. Just gone. Daniel had raised Lily alone while rebuilding a business, managing grief, and somewhere in all of that, aging a decade in 3 years. The family debt her mother had spoken of traced back to Daniel's father, who had helped Maya's family through a financial ruin years before Maya was old enough to remember. The arrangement had been between parents, between old traditions and old loyalties. Daniel had fought against it. He told his father it wasn't right. He had lost that argument. "I want you to know," Daniel told her one evening on the porch, both of them watching Lily chase fireflies in the yard, "that I never wanted this for you. I know that doesn't fix it. I know it doesn't give you back what you gave up. But I need you to know I'm aware of what this cost you and I don't take it lightly, not for a single day." Maya was quiet for a long moment. "Why did you agree then?" he exhaled slowly. "Because Lily needed stability, and I was drowning, and I made a selfish choice wrapped in obligation and told myself it was duty." He looked at her directly. "That's the truth. You deserved honesty more than you deserved a prettier version of it." She hadn't expected that. She had expected justification. Everyone in her life had offered justifications. This was the first time someone had handed her the plain, unvarnished truth and trusted her to hold it. Something shifted that night. Not romance, not yet, not even close, but something. Respect, maybe, the earliest, most fragile form of it. 2 months later, Maya got a call from the college admissions office. Her deferred application had been reconsidered. There was still a spot, still a scholarship. But it would mean leaving. Commuting was impossible. She sat with the phone in her hand for a long time before she found Daniel in his workshop. She told him. He didn't hesitate. "You should go. Lily is my responsibility. She was always my responsibility. You have been kind to her, incredibly kind, and she loves you already, which terrifies me a little because I never wanted her to get attached and then lose someone again." His voice was steady, but his jaw was tight. "But your life is yours, Maya. It was always supposed to be yours. If I had any part in taking that from you, the least I can do is give it back." She didn't go, not because she was trapped, not because of guilt or obligation or old debts. She stayed because somewhere in those 2 months, she had started to want to. She enrolled in online courses instead. She set up a study corner in the spare room. She told Daniel what she'd decided, and she watched his face cycle through surprise, then concern, then something he quickly tried to hide. "You don't have to," he started. "I know," she said simply. "That's why I'm telling you." Lily came running in at that exact moment with a new drawing. This one showed 3 figures, all holding hands, all close together, the sun enormous and bright above them, no one standing apart. "I updated it," Lily announced proudly. Maya took the drawing. Daniel looked at his daughter. His daughter looked at Maya, and in that small, sunlit kitchen that smelled like burned pancakes and coffee, and something that was slowly beginning to feel like home, something that had started as the worst chapter of Maya's life quietly became the first page of a different story entirely. A year later, she wasn't just a woman who had been forced into someone else's life. She was a woman who had chosen her own. She was finishing her first year of college online, planning to transfer in the fall. She was teaching Lily fractions with pizza drawings every Tuesday. She and Daniel were still figuring things out, slowly, carefully, with a lot of sticky notes and honest conversations on the porch, but they were figuring them out together. Nobody had handed her a fairy tale, but something better had happened instead. She had been seen, truly seen, by a man who thought she deserved honesty more than comfort, and in being seen, she had finally started to see herself. Sometimes the story that was forced upon you turns out to be the one that sets you free. If this story moved you, if you believe that kindness, honesty, and second chances can change everything, please like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it today, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel Kindness. Every story we share exists to remind you that good people are out there, that grace is real, and that the most unexpected beginnings can lead to the most beautiful lives. We are so grateful you're here. Now tell us, where in the world are you watching from? Drop your city, your country, your corner of this earth in the comments. We read every single one.